Hey, Fight fans, talk about Curl Cruise MMA today. We got a special guest for you. My guest getting ready, fighting on the Dana White Contender Series a week from Tuesdays, taking on Mulumba. He is top featherweight prospect from Australia. He is Mr. Marwan Rahiki. Marwan, what's up, my friend? How are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing good, man. So here we are, man. You're in Vegas now. You're a little over a week away. Starting to feel that excitement?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm lucky to get here earlier, so I'm enjoying it pretty good. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
Absolutely, man. You know, you've become a big name for yourself, especially in Australia. Double champ status, two-time champion of the big promotions out there. I love watching you fight, man. Watching your tapes, you always go for the finish. You're entertaining. You're very well-rounded. How much pride do you take in your fighting style?
Uh, what do you mean by how much pride I take?
Like the way you go out there, your attitude with it, your abilities. How much
Yeah, that's
pride do you take in
my
that?
pride. This is how I train. This is what I like to watch when I watch fights, UFC fights. This is what I always like. I'll be excited to watch. So that's exactly what I want to do as well. So I want to be excited. All my fights, they are excited. All my amateur fights. All my professional fights, they always been excited. They always been a finish, never decision. Always like ready to please the crowd.
Absolutely. You know, the life of a fighter, man, so many people look at the big names. I think very few people understand what it's like to be a professional fighter. When you're battling it on the regional scene, you're not making Conor McGregor money. You don't see your family near as enough. It's hard to have a relationship, hard to have kids. You miss birthdays, weddings, Thanksgivings, dinners. You dedicate your whole life maybe for the chance to fight a big show. You're knocking on the doorstep of one of the biggest promotions in the world. What's made you stick with it and go through this journey?
Well, I've sacrificed the last 3 years. I've moved to Australia, and I just it's been one goal, one dream, and it just gotta happen. Like that's that. Everything was just about this moment right now. All the last 3 years was all about this exact week right now. So I'm living the dream. This is my dream, and just can't wait. Like I wish I was fighting tomorrow. I'm really excited. I can't wait. I don't want to wait anymore. This is my dream. Like I don't want to wait another day, but it's another week, and yeah, people are gonna be really excited, and Dana White is gonna be really impressed by this.
Absolutely. One thing that sticks out from you when you look at your record, man, you're fighting guys with winning records. You know, you're going out there fighting top guys on the regional scene. Obviously, doing that, man, that's a tough way to go about it. But do you feel that's going to help prepare you now for the contender and future fights ahead?
Yeah, exactly. If you can't beat someone in your original scenes, you're not gonna beat anyone in the contender series or the UFC because you want to go international. You gotta clear out the regional scenes first, and that's what I was trying to do. Like I took most of the fights have been like short notice fights, and I've just like been ready, prepare myself, and whatever opportunities comes, just gotta take it, just gotta make it happen, and just win.
You know, absolutely. You know, MMA is so global now. You see fights in countries all over the world. Australia starting to become a hotbed for MMA. You know, I feel like it started with Robert Whitaker and some other guys. Now, obviously, you know, Volkanovski, and there's a whole list. There's like multiple cards in Australia every single year. Talk about the growth in Australia, man. How big has the sport become out there?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't know much about it before, but in the last 3 years, it's just all been every year I see new fighters from Australia, like from all the Sydney, Queensland, Perth, fighters getting signed to the UFC, and I was just like, well, I'm fighting on the same promotion with these guys fighting, so I'm pretty sure like I'll get my opportunity soon. Like I remember like I fought on the same card with my debut was the same. It was the main event. It was Quillan Sakit and yeah, like he's now in the UFC. I fought in the same card when John O'Malley he got the call just a couple of weeks after that when we fought. It was the last year, and yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been like a lot of fighters getting in. I had my teammate who fought in the series on the week one. Unfortunately, he didn't get a win, but like it was just a shit opponent. Like just didn't come to fight, but yeah, like we're excited fighters. Like Australia has like made the best fighters. Like keeps making the best fighters, and we're no boring fighters. We're just exciting fighters. We're just winning. Like you see, the last UFC cards that were in Australia, they all been pretty good. A lot of knockouts. So it's been really good, and yeah, I like to be in living in Australia and being an MMA fighter there from there.
So, where were you at when you got the phone call that you're going to be fighting on the contender series?
I was in. It was just about my after my last fight. Yeah. Yeah. I had three fights in within just 2 months. In since I think May and July, March, 31 March and 31 May. Sorry. Yeah, it was just like it was three fights this year within 2 months, and I was just like trying to just you know get that like the right record, and I just talk to the right people and just make sure that this is gonna happen. So yeah, I knew about it like, kind of like before my last fight because I was told, yeah, you're gonna get this one by a finish. You definitely be a contender series, and that's exactly what I did. I went out there, finished my opponent in the second round, which he had like a record of a guy that could be in contender series as well. He was 6-1, black belt in jiu-jitsu and judo, and I just went out there and finished him in the second round. That's definitely what earned me like this to get the call.
So you're taking on Ananias Mulumba on next Tuesday. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent?
I think he have a different style to my last opponents that I fought, so I'm expecting something gonna be different. I gotta make my reads really quick. I gotta like just be on from the first, from once the ref says fights. I can't make mistakes. Like I just gotta be locked in. And yeah, he looks explosive guy. Like looks like more of a strength person. I saw his techniques. He doesn't have that much skills, but he's a good fighter. Like he finished all his fights by, yeah, I think he have like a 5 knockouts and 4 submissions. So it's gonna be good. So yeah, I'm really excited. Like I like when I have really good opponent. It really makes that fight in me good because when I was gonna fight someone who's like wins by decision and doesn't like present something like dangerous, it was hard. In one of my last couple fights, the fight before, I had a really hard camp because I was gonna fight someone who just wins by decisions. When I was like, I can't let this guy go in a decision with me because I don't go with decision with anyone. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and yeah, like always, I'm gonna try to finish him as quick as possible.
Fighting of the Dana White Contender series, it's such an interesting environment, right? It's like the only show you can think of. There's no walkout music out there. They don't even announce your name. You go straight into it, straight job interview style. You try to get your moment. Do you kind of like that intimate setting, that intimate atmosphere?
Yeah, I don't mind it because it just straight business. Like there is no music. There's no. It's all about just this is a proper like a mission. This is when you can't like. This is what I feel like I'll be the most comfortable with because there is no. I don't know how to say it, like I feel like it will be less pressure than before because normally you hear the crowd, you're going crazy and like calling your name and like these things, you get a little bit like distracted. And I feel like this one is a more of a just like a quick mission. And I have to make it like get in, make it a quick mission, and get out there, get my contract, and celebrate it.
No, absolutely. Are you envisioning that possible moment after the fight? You, four other winners beside you, Dana White looking at you, say, "Hey, kid, come over here, get your contract."
Yeah, I've imagined that so many times. This whole almost every day. I watch when I watch, especially when I watch the every week. I watch the Contender series, the fights, and I just sometimes I miss a couple fights, because of my training in the morning. It would be like 10 a.m. in Australia, so that's when I have my morning session, and I kind of like missed watching a couple fights. Then I just go to just that last moment. I don't even care about like some fights like they're not doesn't interest me. I'll just go to the end when he's like calling him out to give him the contracts, and it just gives me chills. Like because all I'm thinking is just me sitting in that chair and like just see what he's gonna say to me. And I like to be good. I like when someone talks to me to say what exactly like I've been working on and what I'm gonna show. So and especially from someone like him, like he's the guy that made the UFC and did all this. I I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to see when I'm gonna finish my opponent what he's gonna say to me. So I keeping that in my head.
Do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, definitely. fighting is more. Well, you gotta have the physical, of course, but I think it's you just have to have the right mentality. You can be really in shape and you know techniques, but to perform in that one night, that's something different. That's something, it's gotta have it in you. Like you have to visualize it, and you have to just approach it the right way. And when it just happens, you gotta be ready. You can't. You just, it's more you have a camp to perform to that one night. I don't care about winning rounds in the gym and like being like that. I'm more. This is what all I like when the camp starts. I can't wait to perform that night because I feel like, for me, I feel like that's the only moment I can be 100%. I can be like, all right, this is my job, this is my dream, this is my goal. I gotta do this. Yeah.
So many people are watching this day and age. And I think for the most part, most fans have a basic understanding of what's going on here, right? They understand you're in training camps, trying to get the UFC, trying to win fights, get bigger fights, win belts, all that stuff. But I think very few people understand the fight outside of the fight. And to me, that's that fight not to have to clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, clock at 5. That's that fight to secure financial freedom. That's that fight to establish a platform, create a message, live life on your terms, not follow societal norms. Do what you want in this world. For you, has this been a big part of this journey?
Yeah, exactly. Like this is, you gotta be just ready for that one night, especially nights like this. They count big. For me, I see one day, one fight, but for me, this fight, every fight I had in the last 3 years, it was all about this fight. So every step, every camp, every fight, it was just about this moment. Like I can, this is what I'm trying to focus on these days before the fight. Is just get the right mentality, understand my position. Is it's just like this is the door. I've been walking a long distance, and I'm just right like in front of the door that's gonna help me financially, help my family, and just make my life better, make my life easier, and make my training better because I want to train more. I want to like have better camps, be eat healthier, like look after my nutrition, look at my health. But to do these things, you need to be financially like pretty good. But now it's been all right the last few fights because I had a couple of sponsors, like they've been helping me a lot, like guys, PRP guys and Vex, and some brands, they just like help me through the camp, help me in the fights, pay for my like teammates' flights, and just get me ready, to have the right environment and fight week, whatever we're gonna go. Because most of the fights I only had one fight in Sydney where I live, so it's pretty hard when you go to another city and the promotion, they're not gonna pay for a nice hotel for you to be comfortable. So this been playing a good part in the last three fights. So yeah, this is like the time to just show that everything has been just working step by step, and the next week it's gonna make so many people that I know, it's gonna make so many people happy, not just me and my family, but a lot of friends, a lot of sponsors, a lot of teammates. Yeah.
Obviously Las Vegas, one of the fight capital, is the fight capital of the world. You're there right now. When you got to see the Sphere, the T-Mobile Arena, the PI, all the different gyms, was that pretty cool? Did you get excited with all that?
Yeah, it's funny. Yesterday, I was I had a session in Syndicate, and I saw Khalil Rountree, and I saw Marab. Not yesterday, it was Saturday after the last shakeout before the fight, and it was just like, honestly, I was like really happy. I was like, wow, this is good, and I was seeing the UFC belts, but also it felt like inside it was just, this is what I was wanting. So I had kind of like feel normal, but still like really, really nice thing to see. So yeah, it's crazy. I love this place. It looks, I see a lot of desert here around me, which is similar to Morocco because like we have a kind of similar weather in the summer, like the similar views when you drive in the road. It's really nice. It's like, I like Sydney, but also I like traveling around the world and seeing places. And when I see a place like my country, I kind of like, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. It's been this week.
Speaking of Morocco, we got a Moroccan fighter doing big things in the UFC. Youssef Zalal, big win over Emmett on the weekend. Pretty cool seeing a guy from Morocco do what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I saw him. I was really happy for him. I think he's gonna be coming and watching my fight. Yeah, he's, like I was really impressed with the way he finished the fight. That was like just not, I've never seen. I know Josh Emmons fights. I've seen him go 5 rounds with Topuria. I've seen go to wars. Make it hard for opponents, and this guy just make him look like nothing. He just goes in there and just basic jiu-jitsu and just armbar him. I was like, wow, because Moroccans. They're like we never been known by our jiu-jitsu or wrestling. You hear about Moroccans, they're like just more striking because we don't have much. We don't have that jiu-jitsu background before, but now to see this, that was just a high level. Like yeah, I'm really happy for him.
For you, what would it mean to be able to fight in the UFC?
For me, what it means to be fighting the UFC, that's the dream. That's what I want to be. That just like that'll make me happy. That'll make my mom happy. That'll make my dad's happy. My coach happy. My family, all my family, my teammates. Because I've been telling everyone about this in the last 5 to 6 years. Like it's not easy. It come from Morocco. It's very far. Like when I was a kid, 18, to tell this like out loud, you're gonna be called like, oh, you dream, you delusion. Like that's not gonna happen. It's really far. No one can really see it. But I was thinking, you know what, one day this is gonna happen, and you guys gonna be happy for me, and you guys gonna be impressed because I just want to show that like once you have a dream, wherever you come from, things magically happens to just work for you. If you really dedicate, you will show some sacrifice and dedication. Things just like works out magically. But yeah, you have to be just ready for the opportunities.
Absolutely. When you look at both your records, one thing that you're seeing with you and Mulumba, lots of finishes here. Going into it, are you just with the mental capacity, just thinking someone's going to sleep either with the hands or someone getting choked out here?
Yeah, I think the first is going to be like striking, trying to get at him there by my striking. And I believe I will. But if he try to wrestle me and if he could take me down, I think I would submit him. This is what I see. Like Australia is not, it's not Congo, He lives in Congo, he trains in Congo, and good for him, good for his team. They they train and they have a dream as well. But there's a level to this, and I'm on a place where they have the level is higher, the skills are higher, the training is higher. Like we have more knowledge about the fighting in the UFC and all these things. So that's gonna play a big difference. And also, I'm Moroccan, and I'm just gonna go out there and just, I'm hungry for this win. This means to me so much, and so I have to get it done.
Absolutely. All right, Marwan, last question for you, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome next Tuesday when you find the Dana White Contender Series against Ananias Mulumba?
The outcome will be a first round knockout. I'm gonna go out there and do what I do best. Just make all that 6 finishes into one. I'm looking to make the best one out of them. I had good 6 fights, 6 finishes, but this one I gotta be like the most beautiful, the most iconic finish that I want to look the best ever looked. So it's always, even I win by knockouts, I've never been like really satisfied with my performance because I'm always looking forward. So that's why now I'm looking forward to just show what I've learned in the last few months as well, like added to the last camps, just keep things stacked together. And I feel like this is gonna be the best one ever. And
Absolutely.
moving on forward, it's always gonna be like it's just a firework from me, like always.
Absolutely. Since you live in Australia now, if you get a big win, is it possibly maybe we see a celebratory shoey?
What's that? Shui? No, I don't drink.
All right, no shoey in this one.
Maybe my coach will do it.
There you go. Well, hey, Marwan, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and excited to see you fight next week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That's it for us today. I'm Carl Peruzza. He is Mr. Marwan Rahiki. You watch him taking on Ananias Mulumba next Tuesday, Dana White Contender Series, week 10. This is going to be a fun one, fight fans. Take care.